Welcome to the Darwinian Delusions channel. This channel is dedicated to showing that Darwinism is speculative, based on assumptions, and there's disputes about its most fundamental ideas. Now, I'm in my garden because I'm feeling spiritual and I want to talk about religion today rather than science. And of course, the religion I want to speak about is the Darwinian religion. Now, Darwinists get very upset when you say that they have a religion, they have a belief system. And the reason why is because they say, no, it's just science. We just believe in science. We don't believe in religion. But this is not true. The fact of the matter is, Richard Dawkins admits that Darwin allowed him to be an intellectually satisfied atheist. Oh, there's no God, there's no heaven, there's no hell. Darwin explains it all. Oh, we don't need to worry about those things after death. But the fact of the matter is, be honest, it's a religion. And what I want to do today is I want to speak about Darwin's Blue Book. Actually, no, I should call it the Darwinian Blue Book, because this book wasn't around when, Darwin lived. But what's very important is, just like Chairman Mao had the Red Book, and this book was, an ideology, Darwinism needs its own ideology. So what I have with me today is this very rare book. That's why I call it the Blue Book. Now, this Blue Book is written by Julian Huxley, who's a Darwinist, who's an atheist, who's an evolutionary biologist. And what he does is this: he lays out a manifesto in this book. And what's that manifesto? For a new religion, the religion of evolutionary humanism. This is page 279 for anybody who wants to know, and the book is called New Bottles for New Wine by Julian Huxley. By the way, this is a very rare book. You're not likely to get this, but if you try hard enough, inshallah, you'll get it. Inshallah means God willing, by the way. So, who is Julian Huxley? This is the question we need to ask. He's not obviously some scientist working in his mom's basement. He's a little bit more important than that. Julian Huxley was the first, and I want you guys to just please imagine this. He was the first president of UNESCO, the United Nations Scientific, Cultural and Educational Organization. Yeah, I hope that's right. UNESCO. So he was the first president of UNESCO, and what he, if you like, he is like the headmaster of all the education systems in the world, because that's what basically UNESCO is about. Now, imagine someone like him. He believes Darwinism is actually a religion which should be evangelized to the whole world. Imagine somebody in that position. And then you actually start to understand why Darwinists get so upset when you challenge their worldview. Because the fact of the matter is, if I sat here and I spoke about string theory, quantum mechanics, photosynthesis, whatever. I just spoke about something related to science, and I said, I have an alternative explanation, or I have an alternative observation, or I have some alternative inferences, right? No one would care. No one would care. So why is it when Darwinists get so worked up about when secular scientists look at the same evidence of evolution and they come up with different inferences, non-Darwinian inferences like symbiogenesis and natural genetic engineering? Why do they get so upset? The reason why they get upset is simply because it is a worldview for them. Darwinism is a naturalistic philosophy. It's a metaphysical research program. It's a religion. It helps them to understand that, look, we don't need to worry about God. We don't need to worry about hellfire, paradise, angels, any of these things. We're not going to be punished. Nothing's bad is going to happen to us because everything around us is an illusion. But when you look at the same evidence of evolution and you come up with different inferences, what actually happens? Even though those inferences are naturalistic, meaning that they don't invoke the supernatural, like natural genetic engineering and symbiogenesis, these don't invoke the supernatural. They're still naturalistic explanations. Darwinism, the reason why it gives them faith is because it assumes Everything is a product of natural selection working on random mutations, not directed, not responding to environment, but random mutations. This is why it's a philosophy, this is why it's a religion. And if you disagree with this video, then please come with me in my garden. I have a spare chair here and we'll have a chat. And I'm being serious. I mean, any atheist out there who wants to come have a chat, we can actually have a debate in my garden. I would love to do it. And I think this is a very spiritual place, and since we're talking about religion, it's actually the most befitting. Thank you very much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.